Hi, I'm Lana Kinney, and in my third informal observation, I did address the new Senate Bill 13 that has come before us in Texas, and I had a small group of kindergarten teachers who asked to meet with me to go back over the training that I had already done earlier in the semester on teaching books, and they were struggling a bit remembering all the steps to take, and so and they had one teacher who actually was out the day that I did the training, so it worked out perfectly for me to do just a 15-minute refresher with them. So that's why I don't go into an extreme detail the way that I would have if it was the first time for them to hear all of this information. I thought it went well. These are my bilingual school that I teach at, and sometimes things can get lost in translation. I find that it is difficult sometimes because I'm not a Spanish speaker to relay things, because sometimes things do get lost in translation, and that's completely acceptable and expected. So I try to take my time, and sometimes when I do a training, I do need to do it more than once, just because I don't realize I'm talking fast, and they're on the other side where I have to sit and really concentrate and think when they speak in Spanish. It goes the same way both ways. So I want to be fair to them, and along with the trainings that I do in person, I typically do a Loom video for them at my desk that goes back over them, because there's been many times as a teacher myself that, your mind is not completely there sometimes when you're at a training, and you get home at night and you're like, I don't remember what they said. So having that piece where they can go back and review what I said, or just go at their own pace and stop the video and say, hey, I got to figure this out before they go any further. It gives them kind of a differentiated professional development. So I thought it went well, but like I said, it was just a review of things that we already had done before. And I will say Senate Bill is been very taxing for all of us in the library this year, but I know we can make it through it. Thank you. Okay, so good morning. We are going to go into classroom libraries and what the Senate Bill is telling us and what is expected of you in the classroom. Okay, so first of all, we kind of went over this before in some of our other PDs, but it's just because they want transparency for the parents. Yeah. So a parent wants to be able to look up online and say, oh, I want to know what's in Miss Alvarado's class, so they can look up on the links and see exactly what books their child has access to. Now, it's going to go through a process with us at TISD, because you're scanning the books, and then that link comes to me, then I send it to Miss Naranjo, and then she signs off on it, then it will go onto our website. So if parents ask you about this, which most of them do not even know this is going on, we're not going to send out a letter to parents and say, hey, you can see your child's books in their classroom, but if they do, then it will be available for them on the Birdwell website. So because it's not about trying to get caught, it's more about just being transparent with our parents. Of course. Okay, so any book that's in your classroom that your child has access to has to be scanned in. If it is a curriculum book, then you do not have to scan that book in, because that was provided by the district. I did talk to them about Epic. I just got the phone with Jody Tunnell, and she said that she's advising teachers to not use it at all, but it's at your own risk. So if you decide you want to use Epic, you can still do that, but just know that's at your own risk. They did take it off of ClassLink altogether for the district, because of the fact that there's no way for them to be able to vet every book that kids pull up, so we don't know what book they're going to pull up. But like I've said before, I don't think someone's going to come in and look over your students' shoulders and say, hey, they're on an Epic book, and I don't think that's online. So it's completely at your own risk. We put the deadline as November 21st to have everything scanned in. Now, that being said, if you have books that you're like, I don't have time for this right now, I'm going to put them in the cabinet, but then in January, like, okay, I really want to update my library and get it going, you still can do that. You have all year long to scan books. So even if they're not in your library right now, they just need to be out of the way of the kids, but once you pull them out, then we're going to scan them and make sure that they're already vetted and gone through the principal and then on the website. Okay. Now, December 18th is when the principals will have to vet them, and then after that, that's when they go live. So I'm going to go through exactly how you do it with the scanner. I have scanners in the library. I'm going to bring you one for your team. If I have more than one, then I'll bring more than one. Because I've got a couple teachers that have had them for so long that I'm going to go collect them and pass them down to y'all so you can get them done faster. You will just use a Chromebook. There's a USB hole in the side. You just plug that scanner in, and I'll show you exactly where to start scanning the books, because it's really quick and easy. But the only problem is I would only scan groups of about 10 to 20 at a time. Check your list and see what did not scan so that you know which books you have to enter the title and the author to. And I'm going to show you how to find the title author on your list, because it's a little bit different than like when you're scanning and it's bringing up your list with a picture of the front cover. The ones that are listed with author and title are in a different place. Okay, so when you first go into teaching books, you're going to go to ClassLink and click on that teaching books icon. And you know most of this because you've already started scanning through your books. Now, you are going to create your list. Ms. Alvarado, I don't know, have you already started creating a list yet?
I created the list yesterday.
Okay, good deal. So you can always go up to that little hamburger line. So you're going to create a new list, and then you're going to start your list. Now, it's important to know that on that, and I don't know if you ran into this yet, but whenever you create your list, it's going to give you some questions, and you are documenting, so you'll put yes, but where it says like the school and the campus, the way that they pre-programmed it was not right, so you have to make sure you backspace, put Tyler ISD, and then do Birdwell.
Yesterday.
So then you're going to name your list. Now we're trying to make them all look pretty uniform, so when you name your list, you can do like first out last name and put Birdwell Tyler ISD, or just do first out last name so we know who you are. You can put a description if you want to. Now, you'll notice all this stuff over here on the right-hand side, and that's going to be the part that's important to y'all because you're talking about the author and the title of the book. So we have different options. You've got paste a list of titles and authors, paste a list of ISBNs. Now, this upload a CSV file, if you were to have scanned all of your books in an Excel document, then you could have uploaded it that way. But the easiest way that I have found, because of all the questions that have come in over the past several weeks, is to paste a list of titles and authors. And when you click on that, it's going to give you a box where you can just start scanning into that box. So this is the part we talked about before, making sure it says Tyler ISD, and you'll put Birdwell. Paste a list of titles and authors. You guys know what an ISBN is on the back of the book, so I won't go over that. So this box pops up when you paste a list of ISBNs, okay? Once you click into this box, you can take that scanner and just scan on the back, and it's going to just populate all of the book ISBNs all the way down. When you're done, you would press import. Like I said, just do maybe 10 to 20 at a time, because there are going to be a lot of books that Teaching Books doesn't have in their system, which only means that they don't have resources and lesson plans and things to go with that particular book. That doesn't mean that book's not good, it's just it's not in their system. Because we even found that like The Very Hungry Caterpillar wasn't showing up. So, I mean, there's some popular books that are not necessarily showing up in Teaching Books that we thought would. Now, for those books that you get the red asterisk with that say they're not in the system, you are going to go to paste a list of titles and authors. That's when you're going to enter in the author and then the title. Now, when you come in to look at your list, here's a picture of what they look like when they're in the list. They show them the books.
The ones that are not in the system.
Right. The ones that are in the system will have that little thing. So you can share it, but there's also a view titles and author. That's where we will go to see the books that you have put the author and the title. So I pulled up the Google form that you fill out. So the Google form, looks like this, but I'm going to pull up, Ms. Vergata, you mind if I use yours?
Yeah, don't use it.
Okay.
I mean, you can use it, sorry.
Okay. She said
no, you can use it.
Okay, so she filled out her list and she put in all the fields, and then right down here is where you put that link that you generated with the share button, okay? So I'm going to click on her link, because this is how Ms. Naranjo is going to see it.
No ha acabado usted todavía. Yo ya acabé.
¿Ya todos?
Sí, ahí lo hice esta mañana. Por ya que acabe es cuando lo va a poner.
¿Cuántos pusiste?
41.
It's always hard to do this without a mouse.
Pero no tenía scanner, todo lo hiciste manual.
Manual.
And it won't.
Hasta que acaben ya lo pueden mandar.
No, pues ya aquí ya
Yo tengo muchos libros que ya estaban ahí.
Yo la mitad, pues eso sí.
Pues nomás pon unos 20.
Sí los tienes que poner, ya dijo que sí. Lo que aunque estén en el sistema o en la biblioteca, de todos modos.
No, sí, los voy a poner,
¿Por
pero
qué?
son muchos, yo tengo muchos.
Okay, so
Tengo
I
más de
pasted
100
her
libros.
list
La mía no
into
es por
my,
¿Lo hiciste en tu
Google.
tableta?
now
Como
I can
estamos
see
haciendo.
it shows 141 of 41 of 41 books listed. So these are all the books that she's got in here, and it's got pictures of all those books. Now, if you had some that you entered in that were just a title and the author,
That was like I didn't do anything with them because
that's okay.
Yeah.
But what you would do to be able to see it is you could just click on view titles and author, and it would show you all of these in this type of format instead of just the picture format. So it still has all the ones that have the picture, but it will also include the ones that have the title and the author on there. So when Miss Naranjo pulls it up, we're going to have her go to that titles and author so that she can scan through those. It looks pretty with the pictures and stuff, but it's not necessary. But it really is just pacing yourself and only doing about 10 or 20 at a time so you can see which ones didn't. Because I had a teacher who scanned 100 books, and then she's like, it's telling me that 10 of them didn't show up. Well, she didn't know which 10 didn't show up because she was going to go through every book and check them off. So just do them in short increments so that you don't have too much. And then once you have your link and you put it inside of that Google form, then it comes to me, and then I will then send it off to Miss Naranjo so that she can go through it and scan it. So what questions do you guys have about any?
Oh yeah, okay, so again, like the ones that didn't appear on my on the system. Okay, so how do I put them in there? Like
Okay. So let's go. I'm gonna go
because I
ahead
had like half of them that were not, because I was just doing by author because I didn't have the scanner. So let's pretend like, I mean, we can do
use one of mine. So I'm gonna go to my reading list and we'll just pretend that we're putting in a book. Okay.
Yes, I have the ones in the
Ya
back
se me
in here
salió todo
that
al
was
revés.
not in there. So like this one.
So
Okay, so it's one of the one that they were
A
not.
ver, qué
okay.
bonito que
So
es.
when you click on, this is my list so that you
Ay,
can
que
see
la
it.
niña más que intensa del mundo.
Then it's going to, I'm going to want to edit my list. So I am on
Ya la tenía
this.
escondida, la intensa.
Pero sí, porque no está en la lista.
Qué libro tan bonito.
Just a second. Oh, here we go. Okay, so over here on the left-hand side, you'll see edit list. So I'm going to click edit list on the one that you've already created. Now you're going to paste a list of titles and author. When I click on it,
That's for the ones that are not.
that are not able to be scanned, that
Okay.
don't show up in teaching books.
So
So
I
they're the
go
ones
there.
that have like the asterisk where they just say like 50 books went through, 20 did not. You can see the 50 that went through, but you can't see the 20 that did not. So you've got to figure out which ones are not scanning. So that's why I say do it in small spurts. And then you'll just come in here, type the author and type the title, put it in there, and then you would import it into there.
So,
So
can we do hers right now?
Yes, well, let's try it, and we'll put it on mine just so you can see me doing it for the first time. So, I'm probably, may not be spelling, but this is just for purposes so we can see. So I put that, and then I'm going to put my author.
¿Dónde lo agarraste ese libro?
Estaba el año pasado.
Está bonito el cuento.
Sí está.
And I know at this campus it's hard because a lot of you get books like even from other Spanish-speaking countries, so they may not be books that we have in our normal system. So I'm going to press import. Okay, so one title didn't match teaching books, but it's still added to the list. So even though it doesn't match, that's okay. So I'm going to continue. And now when I go to view titles and author, it had that book that you could see the thing, but now you can see this book also. So it will just add it to your list.
But that means that we can use it or that we
You
can't.
can use it. So as long
If
as
it's in the list.
as long as it's in the list, your students can have access to it. So the only thing they're really looking for is to make sure that there are no sexually explicit books or things that would be way too old for your student's grade level. So like anything that's on that list is free to use. We're not trying to dictate that. It's more of like Mr. Naho will get this list, and if she sees a book that she's like, well, they shouldn't have access to Harry Potter in kindergarten, then she would probably say, hey, Miss Vergata, I don't really think Harry Potter's appropriate. So she would say, take it off your list. You would just take it off your list and put that book in the cabinet. So, and that's really not going to be a problem for y'all because you know what your kiddos like to read. And like I said, the biggest issue that we've had is a lot of teachers are like, well, the district gave me these decodable books, and sometimes they're decodable books from 20 years ago. That's okay. If they were books that the district gave you, then they're completely safe. So you don't even have to scan them. Also magazines. A lot of people have magazines. Miss Pujol had several magazines that she had gotten from UT Health that were in Spanish, but they look like books, but they're just like magazine looking. You don't have to scan those either.
What about the National Geographic for kids?
Now, National Geographic for kids, she told me no magazines needed to be scanned.
Oh, okay.
So as long as it's for kids, then it should be fine.
Okay.
Because you know you can judge whether or
They
not
love
it's good.
those.
Oh, they love. You know, it's funny. Sometimes we don't check out nonfiction enough, but they really at this age they're so excited about seeing all the pictures and everything. So, and of course, anything that we have in our database, like teaching book, well, not teaching books, but oh my goodness, it slipped my mind. TextQuest. TextQuest has like National Geographic Kids. It has Britannica. All of those are already vetted and safe. You do not have to list any of those. They were just more or less worried about Epic because of the fact that it has so many different titles that we cannot, you know, dictate what books they're reading.
So you want me to update my list from the
Yes.
ones that were not...
Right. Whatever books did not scan on your list, you're just going to go in there and put that about the title and the author. And then if you want to make sure that it's on there, all you have to do is click to see the titles and authors. Because that's what Naraho is going to do. She's going to pull up this list.
And the link is going to be automatically updated, or no, I need to send the
Yes,
link?
it's a live link, so it will automatically update. And that's a good thing, too, because, you know, kids get book fair books and they give them to you as gifts. And you're like, oh, what am I going to do with this? I had to wait a whole another year. No, all you have to do is go into your list, update it. It is important, though, that when you get new books in your classroom, you may hold like 5 or 6 at a time before you put them in so that you can kind of say, hey, Miss Kenny, I've got some new books on my list. I'll send that back over to Miss Naraho, and then she just has to check the box so that we know that that they're all good. Okay. But it is a live link, so when your parents are clicking on it as you're getting books, they're able to see those.
So I don't need to send that form again.
No, you don't have to send the form again. Just let me know that you've gotten some new books in, and I'll just alert her because
so
I will
do
have
it 20 at a time.
I would do about 20. To me, that's the safest way, just so that you don't get stuck going,
okay,
I don't know which book did not scan, and it makes it a lot easier for you. Okay. So, were there any other questions about that part? And Miss Alvarado, did you know where this was? I've got this on the,
yes.
Okay, it's
the
on the Birdwell.
Yes,
I've got it on the launch pad so that if you ever need it. If you feel more comfortable filling this out when you get new books, that's fine too. It'll still alert me, but so I'm fine with just sending me some type of email.
To put the link, yes.
Not here.
Yes, and do you know how to use the link or how to get the link generated, Ms. Castro?
It's teacher what? Teacher classroom?
Oh, well, it's on your, so like when you have your list, you'll hit share. And it's going to create a link, and you're just going to copy and paste that right into my Google form that I created.
I feel like I had a question on that.
So these books that I have in here,